Hi, how's everyone doing today, and welcome back to the channel. I know I haven't been able to upload consistently. I'm just going to get this out there. I am dealing with school, and it's been ramping up towards finals, and school will always take priority for right now, and I haven't been able to make videos as consistently as I wanted to, but I am going to be trying to do a new set schedule where I'm going to try to get at least one video out at least every 2 days. Now, preferably I'd like to do it every other day, and fully expect this summer to be a madhouse filled with videos and things like that. So I really want this off season to go perfectly, and I really do want to hit 1,000 subscribers. And if you want to help me reach that goal, please drop a sub or a like. This is me talking straight to you. If you're watching this video, if you're a family member of mine, or if you're a friend of mine, genuinely thank you so much for watching and leaving a like, or even just clicking on the links that I post. It really does mean a lot. This is something that I enjoy doing. It's how I relax, and I am so thankful for all the support. But in today's video, we got to break down the disrespect that Giannis Antetokounmpo has been getting. And if you don't know how to pronounce his name, man, at this point, I have to put some disrespect on your name, because this dude, I've never seen an NBA player not get enough credit as Giannis does. It's ridiculous to watch. And the problem I'm having isn't really with the NBA fan base or really Twitter or anything like that on a social media page. It's the disrespect from the national media that I'm actually showing. And I'll show clips above where you really get an idea of what some of these guys that aren't really knowing what they're talking about. And I understand a lot of these guys have played in professional leagues. They've played big time sports, some not really basketball, but they are on ESPN talking about things. And I'm not an NBA player. I'm not even a high school player or a college player. Like, I'm not even on that kind of a level. But I can at least appreciate the greatness that I'm seeing in front of me in Giannis. And I will say this is coming off of a guy that I have just read his book. And I love reading his book because it just showed where he came from. And it's just such a feel-good story, knowing where he's at right now. And knowing that and seeing the national media flip it into something where he isn't being credited for what he is doing, which is remarkable and something that we haven't really seen since LeBron has joined the league. And yes, I am comparing the two because Giannis, at the pace that he's in, he could definitely be a top 5 NBA player of all time. I don't think he could be the best of all time, but who knows, honestly, because he is just now hitting his prime, guys. Like, this isn't a guy that's about to turn 30 next year. I fully believe that he could still dominate this league, and I still think he has a fine chance to win the championship this year and go back-to-back, something that is super difficult in the recent NBA history. And it's super difficult to let alone win one, also 2 MVPs and a Defensive Player of the Year. And don't take this as I want him to win the MVP this year. I'll make a video completely separate of the MVP because it's been a fantastic discussion. A lot of people have been angry because the narratives have changed every other day, and that's fully understandable. But I love talking about the MVP overall just because it's a very heated debate. It's very interesting. You get to see a lot of perspectives on how people weigh different values of the game. But personally, I would give Giannis my vote, or Joker. I wouldn't give Embiid my vote. I think he's 3rd place on the ballot. And don't get me started on Devin Booker or Jason Tatum. They are not in the top 3 of the MVP race. I'm sorry, hate to break it to you. Your recency bias is showing. But I want to give some love to Giannis because I'm seeing national media people say, as the clips that I've shown before, or you would be seeing them right now. I'm going to show a couple clips, just short snippets of what the national media have said about Giannis. It's kind of ridiculous. I probably will do the audio. I don't want to get copyright strikes on my channel, so you'll probably just hear the audio over a Giannis picture or something like that. But it's really frustrating to hear.
Giannis on the Knicks, in other words, would be a big
in the Nets. It's not Chicago. It's not LA. It's not Miami. And if it was Giannis in those different places,
Giannis on the Knicks, in other words, would be a big deal.
Patrick Mahomes plays for Kansas City.
Well,
but it's a National Football League. But that's a market. And he's a quarterback. It's a smaller market. Yes, but Aaron Rodgers plays for Green Bay. But Jay, he's a quarterback in the National Football League. I understand, Keith. Totally different. Football league. Totally different. Totally different. KD was a massive superstar in OKC. KD was an MVP. So Giannis is a 2-time MVP.
But hold on.
But he also had Westbrook. He also had Harden, and they also had Snack Crackle Pop and Flash.
I mean, to say that Giannis should not be given credit for where he's in, specifically in Milwaukee. Now let's talk about the Bucks side of it. The Bucks took a chance on Giannis at a very young age. Giannis was not ready to be an NBA player. He was a Bruno Caboclo type of player. Now, I do apologize if I butchered his name. I forget Bruno, but he's known as the Brazilian KD. The guy that's 2 years away from being 2 years away is his nickname coming out of the draft. And a lot of people post Giannis kind of called Bruno the same thing. And Giannis was the guy before the guy, if you know what that means. I know I've been kind of all over the place in the past 30 seconds, but Giannis was very, very skinny. He was a high motor kid coming from Greece. Not a lot of people knew him. I mean, his name was a struggle for people to spell, let alone say. And there wasn't a lot of hope for Giannis. He was a high ceiling, very, very, very low floor, but he worked hard and he was very disciplined in that. Nowadays, and he is ripped. He is massive. He is a huge impact player on both sides of the ball. Of course, he doesn't have a KD jump shot. He doesn't have a fantastic mid-range, but you sure as hell see him. He's growing into a decent enough shooter. I don't think he's a above average shooter by any means. I don't think he'll ever be that, but he sure as hell is going to continue to improve, and that's what's been so impressive with Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's always improving. He is a guy that is never going to stop trying to improve. He's been doing it ever since he was selling cups and plates for $1 at a time just so he could put food on the family's table. Like, he is not a guy that's going to stop with this motor. And when you see a story like that, it should be easy advertising for the national media. But instead, we have guys like Keyshawn Johnson who want to discredit him and say KD is more of a superstar than Giannis just because he had Westbrook next to him and it's Kevin Durant. He's from DC. Who cares that this foreign player who came from nothing? I mean, I really encourage you guys to watch and read any documentaries or any books that come out about Giannis's life. I mean, you get a real perspective change of what it was like for him and his brothers to all make it into the NBA. It's ridiculous. Not only do they make it to the NBA, one brother ends up getting 2 MVPs, something that we used to credit LeBron for, MJ. All these guys where MVPs were such a big deal. Kobe only got 1 MVP in his entire career. Now, whether or not he deserved more is up to you. Whether he took one from Steve Nash, up to you. But 2 MVPs back to back, which is super difficult because a lot of times, I mean, we're seeing it this year. A lot of people don't want to vote for Joker just because he won it last year. Now, I've gone back and forth between Giannis and Joker, and that's for another video for another day. But I'm so sick and tired of people trying to discredit Giannis. And for national media members to call him Giannis Antavowels, or I've seen TikToks of that. I'm not going to post that TikTok because he tried to play it off as a joke and it's a SportsCenter thing, and I got beef with SportsCenter personally, and I don't want to get into that. Just learn his name, man. Like, I understand it's not Johnson at the very end, or it's not James at the very end, or it's not a couple syllables. It's not that difficult to learn, to give a man respect, specifically a guy that has been the face of the league. I'm here to say Giannis is ready to be the face of the league, and it's who I see as the face of the league right now, right there with LeBron. And his team is having success, and who cares that it's in Milwaukee, a small market? I'm from a big market in Houston. I love James Harden, and they both had beef, but I loved Giannis coming out of that post All-Star break. I believe it was in 2016. I was like, this guy is a freak of nature. He could be a 6'9" point guard when Jason Kidd was coaching the Milwaukee Bucks, and now seeing him be this dominant force on both sides of the ball. He's an MVP Defensive Player of the Year, and I'm getting frustrated because casuals are continually discrediting him, saying, oh, what if KD's foot was about 1 inch shorter? Who gives a crap? Honestly, every championship team has gotten one lucky break. I can go back 20 years and point out at one thing that was out of the other team's control that allowed the winning team to have a leg up. The Warriors with Kevin Durant. You really think they would have easily came back from 2 games down, I believe, no, 1 game down in Game 5 when Chris Paul went down with that hamstring and the Rockets were in complete control? I understand, don't miss those threes. I'm not saying that. That's a skill-based thing. You got to hit your threes when you need them. But you couldn't control Chris Paul's hamstring going out. None of us could. I can go back to a couple years ago. Oh, what if Draymond Green doesn't get suspended? I mean, That's not technically in Draymond's control. It was up to the interpretation of the ref. We could also go back to last year. What if Klay Thompson doesn't get hurt? What if KD doesn't get hurt? Not last year. I want to say the Raptors-Warriors final series. These things that are out of the player's control that give them a leg up. I mean, it's out of KD's control that his foot was long and it was on the line. Maybe he should have been a foot back. We could play the what-if scenario all you want about that Nets-Bucks series, but the Bucks also went into the finals and beat a really good Suns team. Giannis dropped 50 points in the finals. When was the last time you can remember a guy not named LeBron James go drop 50 in the finals and dominate? I mean, I have to give Giannis credit, and it's crazy to me to say this because I feel that I don't need to be giving him credit because it should just be plain as day that this man has deserved every accolade that he has earned. And it's just remarkable to me. And to see guys like JJ Redick not call him a top 3 player in the NBA, what else does he have to do? Does he have to do a hezzy tween, pull up Jay for any of us to give him a top 3? I think he's the best player in the NBA. Now you're saying he's not even top 3? That's ridiculous to me. I fully respect JJ's opinions, and I understand his opinion at the end of the day. I completely get that, and he had Joel Embiid right there. But I need people to understand, like, even though I don't play basketball, JJ's been in the league for years. He was a playoff winner. He saw Giannis play for many years. Giannis is a top 3 player, and there's no way around it, and you can argue with a wall with me. I'm willing to even grab a table and go sit on my campus and be like, Giannis is a top 3 player. And you know what? No one's going to come and argue with me because it's the truth. And I stand by that. And it's time for the national media and everyone around to start respecting Giannis because he has earned that. If you're at this point in the video, please like and subscribe. I know I was very angry in this video. I'm just tired of seeing this. Legend of winning. You gave me the inspiration to make this video, and I'm sure he'll make a video about this as well. I just want to give him credit there because I saw his tweets about this and his live streams, and it's just something I wanted to get my opinion out. I mean, I didn't even have to bring out stats in this. I mean, he has earned everything. I mean, to win an MVP and a Defensive Player of the Year in the same year is remarkable. I mean, it is incredible to watch, and he is the face of the league moving forward, and I do think they can end up winning it. But if you are enjoying my videos and you like what I'm doing around here, please leave a like, sub, anything. I have links down below for more content where on TikTok I'm kind of just posting anything, honestly. And we're about to get ramped up into the draft season, and I'm gonna drop my mock draft pretty soon. And also I gotta start getting ready for college football previews. Are y'all ready for that? Let me know who you want me to preview for the college football season down below, and thank you so much for watching.